A Christchurch trust working with at-risk youth is one of more than 130 to have their funding cut by Oranga Tamariki. The Youth Alive Trust has been around for more than 3 decades and runs holiday programs for young people from low-income families who might otherwise miss out. Oranga Tamariki says the funding decision is based on a need to focus investment on the higher needs of Tamariki and whānau it supports. But the trust believes that is short-sighted. With us now is Youth Alive Trust Manager James Ridpath. Kia ora, James. What do you think of this decision to cut funding?
It's a real shame for young people in our community. There are a lot of young people who can really benefit from these types of holiday activities, keeping them out of trouble. And I think the government is really aiming at working with the most high needs of young people. Sometimes they've already fallen off the cliff, you might say, rather than kind of preventing maybe that as early intervention young people who might be heading that way. And we try to work with the early intervention young people.
Yeah, so what do you see as the role of those camps that you were running? What's their purpose and who's going to miss out here?
Well, yeah, we run camps and holiday activities for teenagers and for intermediate young people. And we're looking at places where young people can connect with each other, connect with youth workers, do new experiences, learn new hobbies, and really keep them off the streets, give them something proactive to do, something physical to do. And we run clubs and activities all year round as well, with our weekly clubs as well. So if we can get them in the holidays, maybe we can engage them throughout the week too.
So what do you think the consequences are of not having this available to people? You described yourself, well, I suppose in essence, as the ambulance at the top of the cliff, right? Catching young people before they get into trouble.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we can't claim to be the answer, and we know it takes a village to raise a child, so we can just be one part of the answer to kind of supporting young people. They say for a young person to be have good well-being, they need 5 positive role models, and our youth workers can be one of those positive role models in their life. So it just means in the holidays, that's one less role model that they can have, one less set of activities, and they're looking for something to do. What can they do in the holidays?
So how many kids do you reckon have been through these holiday programs?
Yeah, over the last 10 years, so we've had this contract with government for 10 years, we've had 2,000 young people through our programs. That's about 160 spaces per year. And I realise Oranga Tamariki's hands were tied and they've got a new direction and head office kind of made these decisions. But it is a shame for organisations like us and the other 130 organisations who've lost that funding.
They have said, and you touched on this, that they're concentrating on higher needs and also they wanting to devolve control to Māori community and whānau. Do you fit into the models that they're trying to move to at all?
No, I don't think we do. I mean, our focus is all young people. Some of them are high needs and some of them have been involved in some of these ram raids and have been involved in crime, but some of them come they're not high needs and they're not at risk, but we just advertise and take any enrolment. There's no referral process. But sometimes those young people need to mix. And if you put all the young people with high needs together, sometimes that can cause more trouble. Now, I'm not saying Oranga Tamariki need to reverse their decision for us, and I understand and accept their decision to run programs for their high needs young people, but maybe MSD or some other government funding on Ministry of Youth Development needs to pick up and run activities for all young people and not so specific.
Really appreciate your time, James. Thanks for joining us. That's Youth Alive Trust Manager James Ridpath there. In a statement to Checkpoint, Oranga Tamariki Deputy Chief Executive Māori Partnerships and Communities, Darren Haimona, says Oranga Tamariki is currently going through a transformational change as it works towards the new strategic direction. And that change includes transferring funding and decision-making to Māori and communities so they can help children and their families in ways they know will work. As part of that, and following consultation and feedback, changes were made to the funding of 132 providers involving about $5 million in the 2022-2023 year. Oranga Tamariki provides around $500 million in funding annually to 600 NGOs, strategic partners and communities, they say.